So about a week ago, Daisy Ridley did an interview in which she was asked to respond to the Gina Carano situation. But in the question that the interviewer asked, they did mention the statement that Ted Cruz made on the situation as well. And the statement that Ted Cruz made on the situation could be interpreted as a dig on Daisy Ridley's character inside of the Star Wars universe. So Daisy Ridley took a very Disney-like approach to responding to the question and also to responding to the Gina Carano situation. So the article from Screen Rant says Cruz previously commented on the news that Gina Carano was fired from Disney Plus Star Wars spin-off show The Mandalorian for making an offensive post to her Instagram. That post equated the persecution of Jewish people during the Holocaust to being a Republican in America today. Cruz defended Carano on Twitter, claiming in part, texting Gina Carano broke barriers in the Star Wars universe, not a princess, not a victim, not some emotionally tortured Jedi. The emotionally tortured Jedi remark is a dig at the main heroine Rey, played by Daisy Ridley in the most recent Star Wars trilogy. Now right off the bat, you can say that every single Jedi in the Star Wars universe that plays a main character is emotionally tortured in some way. I mean, even Grogu at the end of The Mandalorian is going through some emotional torturing as well. He's being forced to leave his father figure to go learn the ways of the Jedi. And obviously Luke was emotionally tortured, Anakin was really emotionally tortured, Obi-Wan was emotionally tortured, and the list just goes on and on. But I guess they're equating it to Rey because she's a woman and Gina Carano is also a woman. And now we move on to Daisy Ridley's response, where she was asked about the Gina Carano situation, and also they mentioned the Ted Cruz statement that he made, and she chose to answer it in a way that centers only around herself and not even about the Gina Carano situation at all. Speaking to Yahoo, Ridley responded to Cruz's dig at her character. She stated that she didn't know about Cruz's comments before the interview, but is very happy to be an emotionally tortured Jedi. The actress then took a verbal swing at the senator, who has recently come under fire after going on vacation to Cancun, while his constituents were surviving horrific conditions amidst the Texas blackouts. Daisy then says, "I did not know, and I am very happy to be an emotionally tortured Jedi who doesn't leave their state when it's having a terrible time." Now right off the bat, you know this is a Disney employee responding. It's just such a brainwashed Lucasfilm employee response, and it's so similar to all the responses that we've seen to all these situations in the past from the Lucasfilm employees. If you've been around this channel for any time at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Going back to the Pablo Hidalgo situation, the way the Lucasfilm employees responded to that situation was exactly the same as Daisy's responding now. The Gina Carano situation is actually a pretty complicated one, especially for someone who lives outside of the United States and doesn't fully understand the United States politics. Daisy really falls under that category. So because she doesn't understand the Gina Carano situation fully, and she doesn't know how to give an intelligent answer on that situation, but she does know that in Disney's eyes and Lucasfilm's eyes, Republican bad. So what does she do? She attacks the Republican in the situation for a political decision that he made. It's the easy way out in Disney's eyes. It's the easy way to stay employed at Disney for future projects. And at first it did seem like after Star Wars Episode 9 came out, Daisy was kind of done with Star Wars, but recently it seems like she's opening up more and more to the idea of returning. So it makes total sense that she gives this really Disney-like response. And I'm not taking any sides on this. I'm not saying that I'm Republican, that I'm Democrat, that I'm left or right, but all I'm saying is if someone were to say something like that works for Lucasfilm about a Democrat, there would be some problems not only within Lucasfilm but also all over social media. So when asked about the Gina Carano situation, Daisy totally avoids the question and makes the response totally about herself and about bashing the Republican. Very smart move by Daisy because Disney eats that stuff up. This helps her chances so much for coming back for more Star Wars and also just other Disney projects in the future. And then Daisy Ridley goes on Jimmy Kimmel to promote her new movie Chaos Walking, and he asked her about her response to that Ted Cruz comment, and she responded with, "I said something about American politics and people hate when actors talk about politics, and I thought, oh my god, what have I done?" But then she received text from The Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams and actor Josh Gad declaring her comments badass. So exactly what I was saying earlier is true. She didn't know how to respond to the actual question because she doesn't fully understand American politics. She doesn't fully understand the situation because it is a complicated one, especially for someone who lives outside of the US, doesn't understand the US politics. But what she does know is that in Hollywood, Republican bad. And I don't blame Daisy for this at all. It's not her fault. This is how people are brainwashed to think at Lucasfilm, at Disney, and in Hollywood in general. Once again, I'm taking no sides. I just don't believe in the brainwashing of employees. I just hate when people are forced to think a certain way. But Daisy gave the response in exactly the perfect way for her to get cast in future Hollywood roles, for her to get cast in future Disney projects and Lucasfilm projects. And that's all she was trying to do in that interview. So props to Daisy, you answered in the perfect way to get more work in the future. But you also proved my point and also a lot of other people's points that Lucasfilm employees, Disney employees, and just Hollywood employees in general are so brainwashed. Even the people outside of the United States and the people that have no idea about US politics are brainwashed to think Republican bad, non-woke people bad, and you should never say otherwise. Credit to Ichibaka for retweeting this article and giving me the tip on this situation. Go follow Ichibaka on Twitter. He's always on top of this sort of stuff. I will link his Twitter in the description. But let me know what you guys think of Daisy Ridley's comments on the the Gina Carano situation, even though she kind of refused to answer the question, and she made the answer about herself more than anything. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I don't blame this on Daisy at all. I don't like the answer, but I don't blame it on Daisy. This is on Hollywood, this is on Lucasfilm and on Disney. But if you did like this video, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both of those links will be in the description. But other than that, thanks for watching the video and hope to see you on the next one.